In this video, we will go through some basic core concepts of the C language, including how to put a comment, how to define variables, and how to use format specifiers in the printf function by writing a simple program that converts the temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I start by putting a comment that shows the formula for the conversion. I just use 2 forward slashes, and then this is a comment, so I can just put everything I want here. I will say formula is C is equal to 5 times F minus 32 divided by 9. Then, like every other C program, the first thing that I have to do is to define a main function, because this is a place that the execution of my program will start. So I define a main function, then I will start to declare variables to store the values for Celsius and Fahrenheit. I will go with integer variables for now, but later I'm gonna switch to floating point variables. So I defined int Celsius, comma, Fahrenheit. So now I declared 2 variables, and now it's time to assign values to them. For Fahrenheit, I just start with an example and put 212 as the value of Fahrenheit, and I expect to see 100 Celsius as the converted value. So I put 212, and then I say Celsius is equal to 5 times Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 9. Alright, now is the time to print the result and see how is the value for the Celsius. So for printing, I need to use stdio library. And then from that library, I have to use printf function. So for printing the result, if I just write Celsius here and come to my terminal and compile my code, you will see that I will get an error, and that's because the first argument of printf function should be a string literal, and Celsius is an integer. So to fix this error and make the code work, we have to define a string here and then put a %d here, and then put a comma and Celsius here. So how does this formatting style works? So in the first argument of printf, when you put format specifier, which are special formats for just interpolating variables into the string, they will replace by the next arguments. So here %d will be replaced by Celsius. So if you just save this, compile again and run again, you will see that it will print 100 for me. And here I can just add other text like the result is, and it will work pretty fine. So what the thing that is really replaced is just the %d. And here you can see a list of almost every format specifier that we have in C, and each of them are used for different types, and each of them have a different style. So you have to use them based on what you need. Now let's say we want to switch the int to float, so we can have a floating point numbers or numbers that have a fractional part. And let's say instead of 212, now I want to test the 0 Fahrenheit. So I just place 0 here and come here, and also change this D to F to make sure that we print it in a floating point style. Then we compile again and run it again, and we'll see that the result is now in floating point style. And we can go further. We can declare the width and the number of digits we want to have after the floating point. So basically this is called the floating point, and you can define how many digits you want after that. So first number here is the width of the whole output. So you can just put, for example, 5, and then you can put a dot and put, let's say, 3, meaning that I want to have the whole string with width 5, whole number with width 5, and then with 3 floating point digits. So if I compile that and run that again, you can see that the total width of the number is 5, and then we have 3 digits after the floating point. So this is a basic tutorial on how format specifiers work in C. Thank you so much, and that's it.